Welcome to It's My Life with Mikey. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Wednesday, November 24th, the day before Thanksgiving. The day before we succulently cut and carve the turkey, which we'll be feasting on tomorrow. But today is Wednesday, and today is our first day of our Thanksgiving vlogs, which we're going to be prepping the turkey and the dressing and everything else that needs to be put in the oven tomorrow. Want to get a head start and everything. That way we can just slide it into the oven and just let it cook. And today is also the start of the challenge. That's right. After looking at YouTube for a while, I found out that, I love Hell's Kitchen. I love Gordon Ramsay in the way he cooks and the way everything. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, especially for the Thanksgiving holidays. Been watching some of his recipes that he has. Some of his recipes really intrigue me. But the one question I have is, can an ordinary guy with very little minimum cooking experience follow the recipe given by Gordon Ramsay and cook the turkey just like he has to come out so moist and delicious? Because if you see it on YouTube, there's a lot of Gordon Ramsay recipes. He does a really good job. But the question is, can I duplicate that recipe? So this is what we're going to do for Thanksgiving holiday, for our Thanksgiving feast. The challenge has been set, and I'm going to duplicate Gordon Ramsay's recipes for Thanksgiving. His herb butter parsley based turkey, also his apple cider gravy. I'm going to be doing some of my own twists on my own stuffing. I'm going to be doing corn, vegetables, cranberries, yams. We're going to have a whole entire table full of food that we're going to be able to feast on and enjoy this Thanksgiving. So join me as we get started on our adventure. And I am back. So today we are going to make the stuffing. And we have here, we're going to be using Mrs. Cubbins cornbread stuffing. We have one. We have 2 boxes of Mrs. Cornbread stuffing mix. Also got some chicken broth. We have bread that is... We're going to chop those up. We're going to add them in there. The bread's like day-old bread, which is good because you don't want it really moist. And then let's see, we have some onions, which we're going to put in. Onions, and we cannot forget our celery. We have celery, and we have some apples. We have apples, and this is a recipe from my Nana. My grandma. She used to make this kind of stuffing all the time, and it came out really good. I have carrots, not for the stuffing, that's for me because I need a snack on. So I have the carrots to snack on in case I get hungry, because I'm going to be here for a while. And then we also have little pearl onions pearl onions that we could use also for the stuffing, which I'll probably use these because I want to save the bigger ones for the turkey. Alright, and then we can't forget our green onions. We got green onions that we need for the, we got salad, so we got green onions, just in case you want to add some green onions to it. But mostly it's a simple stuffing mix. We got the cornbread stuffing, the bread, the chicken broth, and and don't forget, I forgot almost one thing. We're going to be adding some delicious, and let me reach over here. As you can see, we have some raisins. That's right, we're going to add a little bit of raisins, probably about a cup or so of raisins. And of course, we got our mixer bowl here to mix everything in. And we have also the stuff that we're going to put in. Plus, we have the salt and pepper and stuff like that. So, we'll go ahead and we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do when we do our stuffing is we're going to take our bread. Okay? And I like stuffing, cornbread stuffing. I do love stuffing. I do like to make it a lot for everybody because people do like stuffing. And, it does smell day old. Oh, man. So, what's really good about this is you can use every single piece of bread, even the ends. And I suggest you do not throw the ends away. save the ends and use them in your stuffing because it comes out. It's a necessary thing. You don't need to throw anything away. Everything here, you can use in your stuffing. And especially how you make your stuffing, how you want to make your stuffing, is do it your own way. Like I said, when I was a kid, I was sat at the table during the holidays, and I'd watch my grandma cook. And she always embedded in my head, this is, when you get bigger, you might be, when you get older, bigger, you're going to be doing these things on your own. So, I want you to remember these, as you move on. And, it's always been in the back of my head. God bless Grandma. It's always in the back of my head, this recipe. And I made this like a while back ago, like one of the Thanksgivings. And people really enjoyed it. They liked it. They said, wow, it's kind of like the best stuffing they ever had. So, praise to my grandma. When you cook, it's all about the love that you put in your cooking. Okay? So, remember, you don't have to be in a hurry. You can take your time when you're doing things, but make sure you do it with love. Okay? So, what we're going to do here is we're going to take the bread, and we're going to kind of slice them into cubes. We're going to take that like that, and we're going to see how the bread's been cut like that. You can even go that way. I like to put two, and then you can just do it this way. A lot of people just take the bread and they rip it up, and it's kind of like making croutons, But, a lot of people take the bread and just rip it up into the mixing bowl and stuff when they make their stuffing. A lot of people do that to save time. I was taught to cut the bread, into like cubes and chunks. So it looks something like this. Kind of looks like a crouton once you fry it and stuff, but it's not. It's a part of stuffing. Like I said, it's going to go in there, and it's going to go mix well with the cornbread mix that you have in there for it. So, like I said, it's how you do it. There's a lot of recipes that you can use and that you use, and a lot of recipes on TV that people watch and go. But this is actually one of my grandma's recipes, not a Gordon Ramsay recipe, but we'll be doing his turkey later on today. Living in a house, we only have one oven here, so, and the turkey takes about 3 hours and 10 minutes or so to cook, really, really well. So I want to make sure that I have everything all prepped and ready. So once the turkey's done, you can slap in the dressing and get that all nice and warm. Now, you want to get the dressing nice and warm and in the oven and make sure it's all heated and cooked and everything. And everything's all warmed up in there when you serve your dressing. You don't want to serve it cold. You want to serve it in the oven. Now, here's a tip that I learned from TV watching. I like to watch a lot of the cooking shows. I used to really be good at the cooking. And then as I got older, I just kind of not lost interest, but I just, it's kind of a little hard for me to cook, but when I get back in the kitchen and cook every now and then for the house, I love it. It kind of rejuvenates me. It kind of makes me feel young, and I'm not that old. It makes me feel young, and because I put a lot of love into what I try to do. And sometimes it's when you cook, it's hit and miss. You could make something. One day you're gonna make something that tastes like, no good. Sometimes you're gonna make something that's like, wow, this tastes really good. Cooking's all about hitting, missing. Most of all, cooking is about tasting. You gotta taste. Definitely have to taste your cooking. Because if you don't taste it, see if the flavor and everything's in there, then you don't know what you're gonna get. You gotta make sure you got enough salt to it. Make sure you have enough pepper. A lot of people just cook and don't even bother tasting it. So, but like I said, I like to. You gotta taste your food. It's very important. Because you don't know what you're gonna need extra in it or what. So, but it seems cutting these in little chunks and stuff seems to be like tedious, but in the long run, this is going to add more stuffing to it, because one thing you learn about the holidays is you invite people over, but you don't know who's going to show up. Somebody might show up out of the blue. I doubt it here, but you always want to count for that extra person or whatever comes knocking at the door saying, "Oh, I just came by to say Happy Thanksgiving," and all of a sudden, boy, it sure smells good in there, and you wind up inviting him for dinner. So we were fortunate enough to. We were debating whether to do one of those pre-Thanksgiving meals that they do at Fry's. No, Fry's does not sponsor my show, but every grocery store most of the grocery stores have those already turkey meals, and we were debating whether to get the already turkey meal already done, so now we don't have to worry about nothing, that we just go ahead and just put it in the oven, warm it up, and bing, bang, boom, talabam, it's all done. And then we decided, I saw the recipe on TV and from Gordon, and I said, I think I can do that. Let me try it. And I thought, hey, it might make a great episode for the show, So let's just, I like about cooking and talking like this, it's kind of like a Q&A, so I might be answering some of your questions as I cook, but like I said, it'd make a great show. And it kind of gets me in the Christmas, Thanksgiving mood. And, I get closer to my family, which is you guys out there in YouTube land, who subscribe. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you like some of the stuff that you see, so my channel can grow and we can do a lot more things out there than we normally can do. And we're going to be, in January, we're going to be really hitting it hard. Some of the movie premieres coming up, some of the movies coming up of the season, and the adventures that we're going to take out there, and stuff like that. So I just can't wait for January to hit and some of the things. And of course, the big Las Vegas adventure coming up that, you guys are going to be able to see live and also on YouTube and when I post the videos and stuff. So that's going to be cool. But anyways, getting back to the stuffing, as you can see here, we're just, slowly cutting the bread, and we're going to go ahead and start putting it into the bowl. A regular Tupperware bowl here is about the right size for it. I brought a spoon out so we can actually, kind of mix it in together, because we want to mix it, want to make sure it's really good. We have 2 big stuffing pans just in case I make quite a bit, because one of the most popular, I think there was a poll today in the news. I saw that the number one people look forward to Thanksgiving, besides the turkey and their side dishes and stuff, is actually mashed potatoes, which we will be cooking tomorrow. I'm going to make twice baked mashed potatoes, which is going to be something, so I can't wait. So we put the bread into the bowl, as you can see here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Mrs. Cubbins. My grandma used to get this all the time. Now, if you want to be really simple and you want to be just like, you can do stovetop stuffing. You can do any kind of stuffing. They even got stovetop turkey stuffing. I like cornbread, stuffing. There's nothing like a good old cornbread, and a lot of people who make cornbread stuffing actually make real cornbread, and they can do it. But, I was brought up with this, and this is the recipe that my grandma gave me. So this is what we're going to be using today. So we're going to be using the cornbread stuffing. And set that bag aside, and you want to be very careful when you open these bags. You want to open up, want to make sure you don't make a mess, especially in this house. You don't want to make a mess. And as you can see here, we're just putting it in the, wow, yeah. So we might be able to make 2 batches here. Yeah, this is just 1 batch right here, and that's good. Okay, so this is like your first batch of stuffing that we're going to do. And we've got this going on, and right now we're going to get another little bowl right here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slice up some apples. And you're wondering, saying, what? Apples and stuffing? Yeah, why not? You can pretty much put anything in your stuffing. Like I said, just make it the way you want to make it. You know, it's your stuffing, it's your recipe, it's your adventure, you know. I mean, if people are hungry on Thanksgiving, they're going to eat it, you know. And I know they're going to eat this stuffing because I have a bunch of hungry people living in this house. Let me tell you. And I got a bunch of hungry people coming to the house, you know. So, you know, what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly cut the top off. Actually, let's go ahead and just cut this in half, like so. My knife sucks. Okay. All right, it's kind of cut. As you can see, we kind of cut that in half. Okay, so we're just gonna slowly cut this into slices. As you can see, we're cutting into slices. And then we're going to put the slices in that little bowl there, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing pretty soon in a minute. A lot of people said, you know, why aren't you going to peel the apple? I said, no. Why don't I peel the apple? Because the apple thing still has flavor in it. You know, I mean, if I want to peel the apple, I can peel the apple, but I'd rather just do it like that because I think it's got a great more flavor to it. And I'm using Granny Smith apples. In case anybody wants to know, and it's green Granny Smith apples, and also too, you can also use Red Delicious. You can use any kind of apple that you want, you know. I mean, it's always good to use fresh. You don't want to use any canned apples or nothing like that. You know, canned apples aren't going to be that great. You know, I mean, believe me, it's nothing but like fresh fruit that's good for you. Now, what we're going to do is, since there's going to be like 2 batches here, or I'm going to use 2 bowls for the stuffing, I'm going to go ahead and save the other apple for the other batch that I'm going to make. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'll be making batch number 1. I'm going to show you I'm showing you how it's done. And then after that, we're going to move on and I'll take a break and I'll go ahead and do batch number 2. But as you can see here, we have the apples that we are cutting very nicely. And you're probably wondering, what are we going to do with the apples? Well, we're cutting the slices, and then after the slices, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting them into a bowl, but I'm going to cut them up even more. I'm going to put them even more into the thing. Now, if you can't see me, you can't see my head, but you can see what I'm doing, so that's okay. At least you can see me talk. You don't have to see my face. You can see my mouth talk and the apples that we do. So yes, I remember my Thanksgiving memories with my family. You know, unfortunately, you know, it's kind of hard to see your family slowly pass away. You know, my dad died from pneumonia, my mom died from diabetes, my grandma died from pancreas cancer, and the rest of my family is pretty much all gone. So I still have a few uncles and aunts out there and some cousins, but, you know, so I do the Thanksgiving. You know, I don't really cook for Thanksgiving. I was with I'm still with Redeemed Outreach Center Church. You know, I go to church every once in a while, and, you know, or try to make it down there because I do live on the south side of Phoenix, and the church is on the other side of Phoenix. So it is kind of, you know, but I want to get these apples, you know, really nice and cut into cubes and stuff, so we can just, you know, show like that. But I use oops, camera fell, my bad. Anyway, so we're cutting the apples, and very nicely we put them into the little bowl here, and this is what we're going to do. So anyways, we're going to edit. Like about editing is we can edit that part out. You know, I'm working off my phone. Why? Because I can go ahead and post this tonight, maybe, and post it tonight on the internet for YouTube, if I have the time to do that, because like I said, I am going to be kind of busy, and I am going to be doing this. So, all right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to continue cutting the apples, and once the apples are done, I'll show you what's next, so we'll be right back. Hi, so we're back, and here's what the apples look like once they're all cut into little cubes in different sizes and stuff. And what we're going to do is we're slowly going to add a little bit of granulated sugar. Okay, you probably wondering, we're just going to add a little bit of sugar. Apples are sweet. We're just going to give it a little bit more sweetness to that. And what we have here is we have La Fiesta ground cinnamon. Ground cinnamon. You probably wondering, yes, it's going to give it a nice little flavor taste to it, the cinnamon, and it's always, always, always good to have cinnamon. I love cinnamon. You know, you can put cinnamon in your coffee, you can put cinnamon. What we're going to do is we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon into the bowl here. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I can smell that cinnamon taste. Smell that cinnamon. Who's y'all? I just feel so good. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and a little turning thing. We're just going to basically kind of, I know spoon's kind of big, but we're just going to kind of do it around. Or if you want to, which is even better, if you don't want to use a big spoon, okay, just take it and shake it in the Tupperware bowl that you have. Make sure you get all that sugar and cinnamon mixed in really good, and voila. It's always good to taste. Taste is good. Oh, my Lanta. The tart of the apple, because it's green, gives it a nice little tarty flavor. But the sugar and the cinnamon that you add in there, gives it a whole, it kind of covers up that tartness, but it's still there. Oh man, that's good. That's good. And that's one whole apple. And we're going to dump it into our mix right there. Wow. What we're going to do now is we're going to take some California raisins. What? You're using California raisins? How come we're not using Arizona raisins? Because I can't find Arizona raisins, so we're using California raisins. Alright. So we're going to take some California raisins. We're going to open up the bag. It's a fresh bag. We're going to take about a handful of raisins, and we're just going to sprinkle it into the stuffing mix here. Yeah, that looks good. It depends on if you like a lot of raisins or if you don't like a lot of raisins or whatever. Now you have to remember too, everything you see here is going to get cooked. So next thing we're going to add is we're going to take our onion, which is the pearl onions that we have, and we're just going to take the carcass off the pearl onion. Okay, and we're going to chop that up and throw that in there like so. Make sure you get the end of it, of the pearl onion, and then we do that. I like to cut it in half, and it's already small as it is, so because they're baby pearl onions, so it makes it really easy just to chop up, and because you're not working with a big onion. And like I said, it depends. I usually use about one onion because I don't want the onion to overpower the flavor of the cornbread or overpower the flavor of the apples. I like to have that. The onion does give it flavor, but I just don't want it to give it overpower flavor. I don't want it to overpower the apples or the raisins that we put in there. But it's also, so that's why I'm only going to use one baby pearl onion for this. Okay, and so we do that. I had one hot dog for lunch today. I didn't eat no breakfast. I had a cup of coffee. I stayed up night just preparing this in my mind, and I couldn't sleep. Took a nap a little bit this morning, and woke up about 10 o'clock, stayed up, took a shower, got ready for this adventure that we're doing, and see how it turns out. So there we go ahead. We added the pearl onion to that, just one. Like I said, you don't want to overpower the onion to that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put that bag up there. Next we're going to add is celery. Now you're wondering, celery? Yes, celery. Celery is always good. Now it depends on how much celery you want in there. We're making 2 bowls, so you want to make sure you have enough celery left over for your other bowl that you have. So maybe about 3 stalks should do it. Okay. We're going to put about 3 stalks of celery into the bowl. It's a real simple recipe, and it's a real simple recipe that you do. It doesn't take much it doesn't take a rocket scientist, as they say. You want to keep it simple. Keep it simple. And that's what we're doing. We're keeping it simple. I do love celery, though. A lot of people think, Mikey, you're a big guy. You probably eat a lot of food, sweets, and all this stuff. Well, I do. I'm a big guy. I like a good burger. I like a good steak. I like everything. But I do like the vegetables. I like a good carrot, celery. Stuff like that. It's really. I eat salad every now and then. I was probably gonna make something simple tonight because it is pre-Thanksgiving and we're gonna be eating a lot tomorrow. So I'll probably make me a chicken salad tonight that I can eat. Something simple. We have these already pre-made chickens. They're already fully cooked. All you gotta do is kind of rubbery. They're not the best, but if you season them with a little bit of lemon seasoning, they taste actually pretty good. But I'll probably make me a chicken salad tonight, before Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be watching. There's a show on HBO Max, just came out today. It's called 8-Bit Christmas, and kind of reminds me as a kid. I guess they want one of those back then in the back where Nintendo and Atari and them and was popular, and they're trying to get one, and everybody in the world wants one, and it's on HBO Max. It's a Christmas movie. It looks pretty good, so I'm probably going to watch that tonight and check it out as I relax, because I do have to get up early in the morning to put that turkey in, so there's no rest for the weary. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight, but I'm going to try to get some winky winks tonight, because I got a busy day tomorrow doing the rest of my things, my stuff that I have to make. But I do have a window where I can make the rest of the stuff and have it ready for the afternoon. My projected time to serve the Thanksgiving meal is about between 1 and 2 o'clock tomorrow. So that's what I'm trying to shoot for. And if everything goes according to plan, then I think that's what we're going to be doing. But we'll see. I always anticipate for something, other things, but we are going to see what happens. But like I said, I like to make enough in case unexpected guests arrive. So, and if you're wondering where my roommate is, Southside Gangster is sleeping because he has to work tonight. So he'll be off Thanksgiving, gets off tomorrow morning, and he will be joining us for Thanksgiving dinner. And he is just sleeping right now, but he will wake up later on, and he's probably smelling some of the stuff that we have going on right here. So, yeah. As we're just chopping up the rest. Like I said, I use 3 celeries for one of these bowls of dressing that we have. Now, what is the difference between dressing and stuffing? No difference. The only difference is stuffing is what you put in the turkey. Okay? Dressing is what you just make on the side and you don't put it in the turkey. Now, here's the thing. Okay? When you cook the turkey and you bring it to temp, if you're going to use stuffing in your turkey, and you're going to stuff the stuffing inside the turkey, here's what I learned. Not only does your turkey have to be up to temp, but also the stuffing has to be up to temp, the same as the turkey, because of the salmonella and the raw turkey as it's cooking. So you're really going to have to make sure that if you stuff your turkey, make sure that turkey is at temp, and make sure that stuffing is up to temperature too, because you don't want to have any cross contaminations, or the turkey's done but the stuffing really kind of isn't, or you think it is and it's not quite, because you could get sick from not having a fully cooked stuffing. That's only if you stuff your turkey. If you do like I do and just cook it on the side, you've got nothing to worry about except making sure the turkey's up to temperature and done. That is a big, big hint, okay? That's a big hint for everybody. So, all right, so what we're going to do next is I'm going to take a little break here. Then we're going to finish this up. I'm going to show you how we finish this up. I'm going to take a little break here, and we'll be back again shortly. All right, so hang on tight. So here we add, okay, so we just finished slicing up the celery. As you can see here, it's in this bowl with the raisins and the seasoned apples and the bread and the stuffing, cornbread stuffing mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this chicken broth. That's my roommate leaving, my other roommate going outside. We're going to take some chicken broth, and we're just going to pour a little bit of chicken broth into the stuffing. I like chicken broth. Yeah. And then we're slowly going to just kind of I washed my hands already, don't need to worry. So we're going to do that, and then make sure the broth goes all the way to moisten the turkey with chicken broth. Oh yeah. Make sure everything gets mixed in. Now we're slowly going to take our metal pan that we have here, and we're just going to kind of start bringing in the stuff in here and making sure that everything is all nice and moist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just a little bit more chicken broth. Depends on how well you want it, but this is how it is. Oh yeah. So we're just kind of mixing it in with our hands here, and you can see that. We're mixing it in with our hands, making sure that broth goes all the way to the bottom, and everything gets mixed accordingly as it should. Now, what we're going to do tomorrow is when we have those turkey juices, before we put the stuffing into the oven, we're going to use some of that turkey juice, and we're also going to put it into the stuffing. So, we got a little bit of that. We crumble it up. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks really good. Oh yeah. Take some more. We crumble up some more in there. Oh yeah. Oh, you can just smell that. Oh, smell that flavor. And we're going to just ladle it around in there. We're going to kind of break it up more. It's stuffing, so oh yeah, it looks really good. Good stuffing. Good stuffing. Now we could add olives to these if we wanted to. We could add some olives to it, but I like it like that. Oh yeah, look at that. And then we're just gonna pour the rest of that in there, and the breadcrumbs. And then what we're gonna do is set this aside, and we're going to slowly just kind of massage it in there like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh girl. Oh. And like I said, tomorrow we're gonna add some of that turkey flavor into the dressing. That turkey juices. When the turkey sits and rests, we're going to base the stuffing with that turkey flavor. But for right now, we use the chicken broth. I gotta make sure I have enough chicken broth. I gotta do the gravy tomorrow. I gotta use some of that chicken broth. But oh yeah, what I like about this stuffing, it's not too moist. I like it just not too moist, but just right. Okay. And we're going to take a little taste. Okay. The apple and the raisin. I have a little taste here. This. Oh, wow. And you're going to bake it in the oven until it gets nice and warm and brown. Okay? And like I said, tomorrow the final thing what we'll do is we'll put that juices on top. We're not going to move it around. We're just going to juice it with that drippings from the turkey. We're just going to put that on top and let it soak all the way to the bottom. And then once that, we're going to put it in the oven and we're just going to let it cook. So not only has the chicken broth flavor, but it's also going to have the juices of the turkey, even the turkey fat juices too. We could use to give it a good all turkey flavor, good kick to it. But yeah, this is the stuffing right here. Let me give you a little taste. Oh wow. This is why you taste it. Just gotta put a little pinch of salt on it to the top. And we're gonna throw a little bit of, pepper in there. This is ground pepper. Throw a little bit of pepper in there on top. Give it a little flavor to that. But that, my friends, tastes really, really good. And like I said, a lot of people don't like salt. A lot of people don't like pepper too much. So I didn't put too much. I put a pinch. But you can go ahead and add your own salt and pepper to that tomorrow. But this is what it looks like. This is Mrs. Cubbings. This is my Nana's homemade stuffing. We're using Mrs. Cubbins cornbread. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bake that in the oven tomorrow after we put our turkey juices in there. We're going to bake it in the oven. And we're going to let it get nice and hot and brown. And I can't wait for it to taste it tomorrow. Anyways, so this is the cornbread stuffing. And it's going to be pre-made for tomorrow to put in the oven. Thank you for joining me for this segment of the show. Later on today, we're going to be buttering up the turkey and giving you some turkey advice and the turkey recipe from Gordon Ramsay. So stay tuned, enjoy the vlog, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you like this video or any other videos that I have, and I will see you on the flip side. I'm Mikey, and this is my life.